Hey, damn, I'm getting gray. Wow. You always see that when you're on cam. The power of mindset. Let's talk about mindset. Everybody's talking about mindset, right? Mindset, the most important thing. Is it really the most important thing? I believe yes. It totally is. Not just in business, in all areas of your life. Where do you set your mind to? I will give you 3 points on what I believe is the most important thing. But before I come to these 3 points, let's talk about why it is so important and what often or most of the time happen in people's head. Mindset, where do you set your mind to? And you set your mind to, consciously or subconsciously, always to the places that you focus on. And where focus goes, energy grows. In other words, if you watch TV, the news, bad news, people killing each other, all this stuff that you see that is not good in the world, and robberies and war and killing and all that stuff, you set your mind to that stuff if you suck that in. News, TV, newspapers, you read about it on social media. You set your mind to these things without realizing that it influences your subconscious mind, if you want or not. So many people I talk to, for example, I don't have a TV. We don't watch TV. I don't watch news. I don't listen to radio. All that stuff, I don't do that because I just don't want to have all that stuff going in my brain, into my body, and if it goes in there, it becomes part of you. And so many people, when I talk about this stuff, they say or believe that I just, like, it goes in here, it goes out there, it doesn't really affect me. I just want to be up to date. That's the only reason. I'm not interested in it. And the reality is, it doesn't work like that. Everything that you think, everything that you see creates an emotion, and it becomes part of it. And it is registered. It is in here somewhere. It's registered. And even though you forget it, it is and becomes part of it in the second when you actually consume it. It doesn't matter in what way. In other words, you set your mind to that stuff subconsciously, and that's mindset as well. Now, what can you do to avoid that stuff? I said it, avoid all this stuff, but first, to actually increase your mindset and focus on the things that you actually want, I recommend, this is number 1, take a journal. Write down what you want in life, and business is part of life. In all areas of life, write down what you want physically. If it's first an idea in your head, bring it alive, give birth to it, write it physically on a piece of paper, bring it into this world, write it down, read it, and it is part of this world, of your world. And when you do that, you have 2 ways of doing that. You just write down your ideas, which is a good idea to start with. Just put everything that you want in your health, in your wealth, if your business, in your relationships. It doesn't matter what it is for you, but write down what you want to achieve. And the order is not important. Just write it down, bring it on a piece of paper, and then rewrite it. We're still in number 1, journal, write the stuff down, but rewrite it in a way that when you read it, as if already achieved. Don't write down, I want to have a business that brings me 100K a month. I want to have a relationship that works because. Write down as if it already happened. Make stories. Write down. It could, for example, go like this. I wake up at 4:30 and go to my gym. That gym is in my house, which is in Florida. And I walk into the gym, I love the smell, I go and do my workout. Today is chest day, and I feel how the blood goes into my chest. I feel a great pump, and I just feel amazing because I know this is my house and I made my dream a reality. Now I'm done. I walk upstairs to my kitchen, make a shake. It's fresh spinach today and a banana with some berries. I drink that shake and look out the window. It's beautiful what I see because I know it's where I live today and it was once a dream. You know where I'm getting to, right? Write down as if already achieved, as if you would live it right now in the moment. This is how you write it down, which is step 1. Now, step 2, of course, is you focus on creating that mindset in whatever area it is for you, but also train yourself to avoid negative things. And by avoiding negative things, it doesn't mean that to kick out people in your life that you love. I hear that so often. Cut off these people. You need to avoid all these people, these negative people. I agree partly, but I disagree as well, because avoiding that people doesn't mean to not contact your family members. For example, if you have a brother, sister, parents that doesn't get where you are because it's your vision, nobody can see your vision, only you. They cannot understand what you feel. So you can't judge them for not understanding. Does it mean you have to spend a lot of time with them and talk about this stuff that they don't see and understand? No, talk about different other stuff. But you don't have to kick out people from your life just because they are negative because of the topics that you actually want to discuss with them. If you come with an idea and you're enthusiastic and you're happy and you want to share it, and they don't believe in it because they don't see it, and you consider that negative, then you need to realize, okay, that's probably something that I'm not going to talk with them again. Doesn't mean to kick them out. Same thing with friends. If you have friends for 20 years and you guys go very along with each other, and they don't see your vision, you don't have to kick them out and avoid them completely. Spend less time with them. Try to find other topics that you can discuss with them. And yes, I agree. You need to reduce the time and the topics, and you need to sometimes avoid them or the topics if you focus on something else that is important for you. And things will change automatically without you kicking out people of your life that actually love you and just don't understand what you're doing and where you're going through, or what you're going through. So my advice there is avoid negativity and focus first on, don't consume all that trash on TV, the news. Don't read newspaper and all that stuff that is negative. Don't listen to radio. Don't look horror movies and stuff like this where people killing each other and all that stuff. Avoid that. If there's a problem somewhere, don't go in it and be interested. Don't set your mind to that, because it's gonna influence. Avoid this stuff. And if you start with that, there's plenty of space left to deal with your family and friends and try to make it happen with them somehow. But you need to use your brain, right? If your parents talk about that one thing all the time, you don't need to try and go convince them. Just talk about something else. But like I said, avoid negative stuff and start with everything else in life, and don't kick out people that you actually love and that they love you just because they don't understand your idea. And then the third thing, which is super important, most people don't talk about this, especially if it comes to journaling and creating as if stories. When you're in that, or when you have that inspiration, what does that mean? Inspiration means when you in spirit, when you have that moment where things are given to you, ideas, moments, thoughts, emotions, or whatever it is, and you write your stories, you really put yourself in there, create the emotion. You need to feel it. You need to teach your subconscious mind and every cell of your body that this is your truth right now. It's not something that I imagine. It is what I experience right now in this moment. Because don't forget one thing, there is no other time than now. And your body, your soul, your everything, your deepest you knows that. It feels that. There's just one time, now. And there are so many people who talk about you are the product of your past, or if you live in the past or from memories, you live in the past. If you live or imagine and visualize things, you live in the future. But both is not true. There's just one thing. And to explain that, when you close your eyes just for a minute now, close your eyes and now think about something that happened in the past. Bring up a memory, something that made you happy. Now, when did you think about that memory, that past experience? In the now, right? Same thing in the future. If you predict something, if you imagine something, if you look forward and wish something, you visualize something, you still do it in the now. Because you can't predict the future, same thing, you cannot live in the past. Both is insanity if you do that. The past is past, it's gone forever, and the future doesn't exist as well. Only in your head. So therefore, there's just one time, which is now. That's why if you journal and write this stuff down, close your eyes, go through your story, experience what you want and what you write down in the now. Make it happen. Your body, your brain is not able to make a difference and say, oh, he's tricking me. He's actually imagined something. It experience it as if in the now, if you create the emotion for it. And that's the key. If you do this consistently, first, like I said, journal, write down the stuff that you truly want and have in your heart. How do you want your life to look like? As if already achieved. Then avoid all this negative stuff that you are in every single day. All of us are in. We need to train ourselves to avoid this stuff. And then create the emotions of what you want to experience as if you live it and experience it in the now, right now. That helps you a lot to create the mindset that you need, because you create a different frequency. You attract different people in your life, things in your life, because you create it. You create it by your mind, because your mind is the greatest thing that you have, and it can create everything that is beyond our imagination. It's in our mind. In yours, in mine, in ours. It's on us to train ourselves to have that mindset and set our mind to what we want and not to what we don't want. So I hope that helps. If you like that video, give me a thumb up, and I see you in the next video. Stay healthy,